Today I'm reinstalling the edging at the back of the bed so there's a separation between the soil and the gravel. I'm using this plastic edging which was in the ground before. One side is ribbed and the other side is smooth. I'm not sure if it matters too much which way round it goes. I think probably not, because we won't see it anyway once the plants are in place. So I looked up on the internet how to install edging, but I didn't have a situation like this with gravel and soil already in place. So I'm wondering how I'm going to make a straight line and separate the gravel from the soil. Some of it's over. It's going to go about there. It's easy to lose track of where you are when you're going along, so I decided to put a line in. I've got a tent peg at each end and a bit of rope because I couldn't find the string. Then I thought probably going to be easiest if I remove some of the pea shingle, so I'm putting it in this bucket. Now let's see if I can dig like a small trough, and maybe I can then slot the edging in. But the stones are sliding into where I'm digging. Might have to rethink this. The best way I found was to put the back of the spade against the line and then pull out the soil in front of it. I laid out the edging and pegged it in place with a tent peg and some sticks. Towards this end it was very wobbly, so I had to use a lot more sticks to get it to be straighter. That's it all pegged in place. A little bit wobbly at this end, but I'm hoping I'll straighten that up once I fill it back. And these are the everlasting sweet peas coming back to life again. Filling it back in now, just pushing the soil carefully up against the edging, trying to make sure that it doesn't go over. There's a lot of stones in the soil, so at some point I'm going to have to pick them all out, but not today. And now filling back the gravel side. Trying to be careful not to spill them over onto the soil side because there's enough stones in there already. I'm just putting a bit more soil up against the edging so that it stands up straighter, because the gravel was starting to lean it in a little bit. The guys did leave me an extra bag of gravel and I have used most of it. All the gravel in place now. I'm just going along the edge, pushing the soil up against it to straighten that up a little bit. I think that looks okay. There's a couple of bits that are a little bit wobbly, and some places I've had to come away from the fence because there was some concrete there. But overall, I think it looks much neater than it did before, and definitely much better than it was when the wooden fence was there. A couple of days later, it's time to put some plants back in, but I'm not going to put all of them back in because with the whole bed being cleared, I'm going to make a completely new plan, and I'm thinking to start planting at the end of summer or the beginning of autumn. The foxglove was getting too wet where I had it stood. I'm not sure if it will be okay. There's not a lot of roots in there. Very wet. Another hollyhock. Quite a lot of roots there. And a couple of worms. I had put these 3 hollyhocks in one pot. I've separated them out, but I don't know why I planted them so close together now. I'm not sure what colour these are going to be. They're either going to be the very dark red, almost black colour, or they're going to be yellow, white sort of colour. I'm not going to be putting the teasel back in the ground. I'm just going to move the pot over to the position where it had been growing and leave it there until I make a plan for what's going to be the new flower bed for next year. The pot is really heavy because it's full of that heavy soil, and also the plant's spiky, so it's not easy to move. And there's the water falling out from the bits where it collects in the leaves. There is still some water left in the leaves there, but I'm going to top it up because I think it must collect it for a reason. The cornice is not going in the ground either because it's a pink plant, and I'm thinking the new scheme is going to be only white and green.